Madam Push Push, the baby is almost here. The day I gave birth, my husband married my sister and told the world I died.
Zara and Ada were sisters born in poverty, raised by their single mother, Mama and Kiru, in the gutters of Lagos. They shared one dim, cracked room in a ghetto so cramped they often slept under the third mainland bridge for ventilation. Zara the elder was tall, slender, beautiful, with a quiet strength that turned heads and calmed storms. Ada, younger by 3 years, was brighter in complexion, flirtatious, with a beauty that made men crash their okadas. They hawked daily on Lagos roads, selling gala, water, biscuits, dodging reckless buses and leering men. Zara was always the protector. She'd give up her last meal for her family. Ada? She smiled at strangers, flirted for better sales, and hid her profit under her pillow. But even in that pain, Zara never gave up on Ada. "Don't worry," she'd whisper each night, holding her sister close. "One day we'll leave this life behind." That day came wrapped in a car's tinted window. Dummy, 40, charming, deep-voiced, with a Rolex and Range Rover, bought from Zara once and returned every day. He wasn't like the others. He listened. He respected her hustle. He met Mama and Kiru, sat with them under the bridge, laughed, gave, promised. And after a year, he married Zara. She wept as she stepped into his mansion. The air-conditioned rooms, her own closet, her own mirror. She was 7 months pregnant when she asked, "Let Ada come live with us. She deserves a better life too." And Dami, with a smile that hid snakes, said, "For you, anything." Ada arrived like perfume in polluted air, soft, seductive, and slow to kill. She wore tiny bum shorts around the house, her nipples pressed through her singlets. She'd stretch and bend when Dami walked past. Zara began to notice. Dami laughed louder at Ada's jokes. He ate Ada's cooking, not hers. He left the bedroom colder each night. They fought one night. "You're cheating," Zara cried, 8 months pregnant, eyes red. "If I ever catch you, I will destroy both of you." Dami's face turned dark. He slapped her. "I made you. I can send you back to that gutter." Then he left and slipped into Ada's room. Their affair bloomed in darkness. Dami touched Ada playfully while Zara watched. He kissed her when no one saw, but Zara felt it. She heard it. Once, she found a crumpled abortion receipt. Ada had gotten pregnant twice. Ada whispered to him, "She's just dead weight. When will you marry me instead?" He gave her a key to a hidden apartment on the mainland. Zara sat on the couch, folding baby clothes. Her belly was huge, her feet swollen. Ada walked in with a cold glass of water and stared. "You look like a walrus," she scoffed. "You're the reason he hasn't made me madam." Zara looked up, confused. Ada poured the water directly on her stomach. Zara gasped, trembling. "Get out of my house," Ada hissed, "before I make you leave with your dead baby." Zara returned from antenatal care, exhausted. She came to the parlor, and in the parlor, Dami lay on the couch laughing while Ada is seated on the floor, close to him, laughing as well. Zara, feeling tired with her big pregnant belly, is tired and sits close to them. "You're so heavy. Look at how this couch just reduced," Ada said. "Go sleep and sit on the floor," pointing to the floor. In fact, she stood up and got to the kitchen and poured her water again. Zara, 9 months pregnant, curled up on the cold floor, her tears silent in the darkness. This became unbearable for Zara, in her own house. She met Dami and begged for answers. "Because I don't understand what's happening. It's as if I'm watching a film," Zara said. "Are you cheating?" Dami spat. "You? You're nothing but a lucky street hawker." That night he picked Ada up, took her to the club and slept over at her apartment. The next day, at the supermarket, Zara begged to join their trip because it looked like there will be a downpour. Ada sneered. "You'll embarrass us. Just stay here with your belly and wait until the sky is clear. You go home." She shoved Zara away from the car, laughing as they drove off. People watched. No one helped. That very day, Zara decided to come home by herself, but the rain started. Immediately her water broke. She dropped her nylon filled with things she got and let out a cry. "Help, help!" A young man, drenched, saw Zara and screamed for help, running towards her to help. Zara went into labor at dawn. Dami was unreachable. The stranger rushed her to the hospital. She screamed in pain, alone, as contraction began. Meanwhile, Dami and Ada exchanged vows under a chandelier in Ikecha. "Where's your sister?" a guest asked. Ada lied. "She's very sick, terminal." Zara delivered a baby girl and passed out. Zara woke up 2 days later. The nurse showed her a video. Ada dancing in a wedding gown, Dami kissing her. Zara broke down. 2 weeks after the wedding, Zara stood at the doorstep of the home she once called hers, pale, fragile, a newborn in her arms. Dami opened the door. His face froze. Behind him, Ada gasped. She was in a robe, her smile vanishing into fear. "Zara, I died, right? Then let this ghost curse you both." Ada broke down in fake tears. Dami stammered. Guilt dripped off the walls like sweat. But Ada, she wasn't done. That night, Ada sat in the kitchen, shaking, her eyes wild. If she lives, she'll ruin everything. Zara had become a ghost of her past, still glowing, still alive, with the baby that should have been hers. Ada knew Dami's affection had shifted again. The fear of losing her crown took root. So she plotted. Ada invited Zara out to talk things over. "Let's settle this once and for all, for the baby's sake," she had said. Zara, exhausted and still recovering, agreed. They walked into a clearing near the back of a construction site Dami owned. The land was still in development, quiet, abandoned. There, a shallow hole had been dug. Zara, confused. "What's this?" Ada, coldly, "A shortcut to peace for both of us." Suddenly, Ada pushed Zara hard into the grave. The baby screamed. Zara hit the dirt, shocked, bleeding from her shoulder. Ada grabbed a shovel and began to scoop dirt over her, screaming, "You ruined everything. He was supposed to be mine. That baby should have been mine." But she didn't know. A security guard had followed them. Dami had begun suspecting Ada's moods and asked a worker to tail her for safety. He ran to call for help. Zara was rescued, barely breathing, clutching her baby close to her chest. Ada was arrested. The media had a feast. Wife buried by her own sister, over a man. Luxury lies and Lagos love gone wrong. Dami was disgraced publicly. Brands dropped his endorsements. Clients disappeared. He spiraled into debt and depression. Zara healed, slowly, powerfully. She took the story to the world, in interviews, in books, on stages. Final scene, triumph on stage. Years later, in a stadium filled with women, Zara stood radiant in white, her daughter seated in the front row. Behind her, a screen read, "The day I gave birth and my sister tried to bury me alive." Her voice calm but mighty. "They tried to silence me, to bury me, but I didn't die. I planted myself and I bloomed." Zara mum heard all that Ada has said and was shocked from there. She became mentally ill. She talked to strangers. The lessons in this story are, if you're married and you know your husband is a flirt, do well to bring in a boy to the house or a girl child from his own part of the family. Jealousy turns blood to poison. Even a sister's love can rot. What is buried by evil will rise in power. Some scars are not shame, they're strength. Never hand your soul to those who can't love without envy. Please like and subscribe for more interesting and contemporary stories like this.